And what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Alex. I have you here. Welcome back to another episode of Savage Sundays here on the Pokemon Showdown server. Um, so you know the drill. Go into the OU format. We go to Team Builder, and we make a team from scratch. A very bad team, usually hyper offense. I say usually because I think one of my previous teams was a little more balanced than hyper offense. So this team is going to go back to the hyper offensive format that I was looking for, and I think we're going to go with a Mega Zam team because that thing's fucking powerful. So um, I guess we know our Mega Zam, and I'm just gonna build around Zam. Zam is a pretty frail fucking Pokemon, but excuse me. With the right teammates, it can be fucking threatening. So I'm thinking of obviously running like a Bisharp and with Megazam, um, for no purpose other than to be Bisharp and do what Bisharp does. I also kind of want to run Dragonite. I haven't run Dragonite in a really long time. Like a lead D-Dance like set just with Iron Head to catch all the fucking chance or excuse me, to catch all the Clefable who think they're gonna fucking switch in. Fuck that. And I really like Scarfrachi, and something like that. So I'll go ahead and pause it, and when I have some type of team together, go ahead and start some battles. But be right back. And we are back. Well, I mean, I'm back. It was like a split second for y'all, but all right, the team's done. It's pretty bad. But it is what it is. All right, so we got Megazam here, stab, and coverage, um, with taunt, just to prevent things from setting up and whatnot. I guess it's pretty good against things that might possibly survive an attack and set up in this thing's face. Prevent the setup. Be real careful on what I trace. Preferably something with some kind of immunity to something else. Really depending on the opponent. But we got Bisharp here, the Lumberry Adamant variant with double stab, Swords Dance. Cause Sucker Punch priority, obviously Pursuit. I mean, I could run Knock instead of Pursuit, or I could run Knock instead of Swords Dance. I have run that before. Um, it actually might be better. I was just gonna send this thing in to trap the dragons, but we'll actually run Knockoff instead, and not Pursuit. And then if I'm gonna run Knock, I'm gonna obviously want to run Jolly instead and go max speed, which makes more sense. I said max speed, so put those back up there. Throw that on that. We got Jirachi here. I think this is actually not really a hyper offensive mon. This thing is here just to be a dick. Um, you're probably wondering why I don't have Iron Head. I'm not really like normally I would run it for flinches and whatnot. I usually run Scarf Rachi, but I just tried to run a Spadef Rachi, just to soak up any special attacks. I realized that this team is not really liking Mega Magnetric too much, as well as um, possibly Mega Lottie could do a lot to this team. I mean, Bisharp sure is fine, but this Jirachi is pretty much here to get a Healing Wish off or something and get some shitty para hacks or burn hacks with these two moves. And then we got excuse me, jeez. Um, we got Tornadus T with the Life Orb, the attacker who's momentum U-turn, coverage for Heat Wave, Ice Beam, and that Stab Hurricane. And it's a Zoomeril. It's, Adamant Assault Vest, 4 attacks. I'm running Superpower instead of Waterfall because I really don't have anything for Heatran other than Jirachi, and it's that Fire Punch is only like a 3-hit KO usually. So, I mean, Superpower is going to do a solid 60 on a defensive Ferrothorn, so that's why. And I got Mints in the back. Full on Choice Scarf, Moxie Sweeper. Late game, come in, kill stuff after the fairies are gone. But anyways, it's the team, so let's find some battles. Oh, gotta name it. Sunday 4. And yeah. Oh, that was fast. Alright, so this is clearly a bulky O. Got probably some kind of disruptive Mew with Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Knock, Soft Boil. Probably that set. It's if he's running Venusaur, that's probably normal. Lefty, Slowbro, probably Calm Mind, maybe like a Rest Talk set. It's obviously Mega Venusaur. It's standard, probably Modest. The Glissaur, I can't really predict what set this is, but it's probably got some speed EVs to try and poison, stall out stuff. And got Keldeo. I'm pretty sure he's probably Specs or Life Orb. Could even be the Calm Mind. I don't see this being a Scarfer since he's running Victini unless he's double Scarf. And obviously Victini's probably Scarf. So my best lead is obviously Tornadus, just to see what this guy's doing. I could go for the Hurricane here and be bold. It's a 1-hit KO, but I don't want to risk the miss. I don't have anything to lose by going for it. Worst case scenario is he is a Scarf and he goes for the Icy Wind, which is not a kill. I can go into my Spadef Jirachi and just soak up his next attack. So, see what he's going to do. Oh, I guess because we have all day, he's going to take his time. So I'm going to hit that man with the timer. Switches in the Mew, gets the Confuse Axe. Does not have leftovers, so I wonder what kind of Mew this is. Maybe AV, because that did nothing. Is that even a set? That doesn't make sense on Mew. I wonder what he is. I'm just going to U-turn out, scout a bit. That did nothing too. I think my best play is, I would say Alakazam on the burn because of Magic Guard, but I really don't want this thing burnt. But if I burn Jirachi, I mean, Jirachi doesn't really do anything except for Wall Venusaur, but unless she's the not Subseed, but Leech Seed set, you can kind of stall out Jirachi. But I do want my rocks up, so I'm gonna go on Jirachi and see what this guy's gonna do. He's himself in Confusing, that's great. I get my rocks up for free. Free rocks. Hits himself again, and I get rocks up. That's awesome. We're just gonna... I kind of want to go back in the Torn, but I'm not going to enjoy the burn. And he's more than likely going to soft boil on this play, if he has it. His Mew's clearly faster than Jirachi, so I want to keep my momentum up. I'm going to go back in the Torn and U-turn out. Yeah, I figured he'd soft boil. So I'm going to U-turn again here. Then I'm going to trap him with Bisharp. Then I don't mean trap, I just mean in the sense that I can hit him with a knockoff. So he's going to T-Wave here, which is fine. I have Lumberry, and nothing else on my team. I would appreciate it, the T-Wave. So I'm just going to knock off here, and That should do way too much. So he is going to switch out. That's fine. Going to knock out Keldale's items, see what he had. And he was Scarf. Okay. So I don't understand. Oh, because he switched out. I was going to say, like, I don't understand how his Keldale just outsped. But I'm going to switch back into Rachi. And I'm going to body slam. Because why not? Because bar, Gliscor, nothing. Even that doesn't want to get paralyzed. So body slam is my best play. Go ahead and get some hacks. And his Keldeo's done pretty much. And he forfeits because I made better plays than him. What can I say? So find us another match. I'm just gonna pause for a second till we get something. So be right back. And we're back. We got this Kentucky Blow guy. I don't really understand why he would name himself that. And I don't like his team. When I made this team, I was not thinking of freaking Landers as a threat, but it actually threatens the fuck out of this team. So normally I'd lead Tornadoes, but I'm pretty sure that thing's Scarf Stone Edge. And he might scout with U-turn just to see. But I'm actually going to be different and lead with a Zoomer here. That's perfect. So his best play right now would be... I don't think he'd stay in and take a hell of a lot. That wouldn't make any sense. Unless he's like that weird Power Herb set with the motherfucking Solar Beam. I don't think he is. His switch-in is pretty much torn. I'm actually just gonna go for the Aqua Jet and see what he wants to do. So he goes Scissor. I probably should have went with the super. Actually, I'm gonna go with the superpower on this turn. Because I'm pretty sure this is a Mega Scissor, and I just want to see how much it does. Because like this thing scares my whole fucking team. Actually, my best play is probably to go to Torn, but I don't think I can live 2 bullet punches. So I think the better play is just to try to get off as much damage as I can with a Azumarill, which is fine. I don't know what he's going to go into, but I did just superpower, so my Azumarill is going to be forced out on this next turn. I don't know what he's switching into, though. Hopefully Keldeo. That way I can get off some nice neutral damage on Keldeo. And he went Landorus. That's what I was not hoping for. He's not going to do anything, and he reveals the Rocky Helmet. So I am free to go into Tornadus, roughly, unless he wants to get bold and use a Stone Edge, which is fine. I'm actually just going to go for the Hurricane, predicting him to switch out and not take this HP Ice to the face. So I don't think he's insane. He's actually crazy as fuck. And he knocks off my Life Orb, which I don't know how I feel about that play. I'm not really mad at it, actually, because now I don't take any Life Orb damage for my attacks, and I'm just going to finish him off with the HP Ice, and his Landers is gone. And it's pretty much Azumarill's free to do what the fuck it wants if I can get past Scissor. So, my best way past Scizor is this Tornadus, oddly enough. But I am actually going to go... actually, Jirachi should be fine against his Scissor. And Jirachi's not going to appreciate a knockoff, which I'm pretty sure is what he's going for. And I do need to keep this thing alive. I might go into Bisharp, but there's no reason. I will go Jirachi just to get my own rocks up. And he is HP Ice as well, so he's probably running the same set. He might have Knock, he might not. I'm just going to Stealth Rock here. I'm actually going to pause real quick while he tries to figure out what he wants to do, which was a Heat Wave. That's fine. But I have something I have to do real fast, so I'll be right back. And sorry about that. I'm back. All right, the heat wave did a hell of a lot. My best counter would be to go into, well, not really a counter. I mean, Mints can put in work because he doesn't have a fairy types, but I gotta get Scissor lower. I gotta get it in like 2 hit KO outrage range ish, or I can. I don't know. This is gonna be hard to get past this Tornadoes. Unless I can get Zam in and Mega, and then that would actually be. I mean, this is just. I don't know who I want to win with. Do I sack Jirachi now? Um, Everything on his team outspeeds Jirachi. I mean, other than fodder, I don't have anything else, and I do have my rocks up. I am just gonna go for the healing wish, and so yeah, he went for the heat wave. I didn't want anything else to take unnecessary damage, so I'm actually just gonna go. Um, I'm gonna go Bisharp and go for the sucker punch. No, I'm actually gonna go for the knock because I know he's gonna switch out into Keldeo, and I'm gonna get rid of that thing's item. So he does, as predicted. I do get the crit, which is unfortunate for him because that's gonna be at a range that is tolerable. And his best play would be to scald me, but I do have the Lumberry. I could predict the Secret Sword and go into Zumaro right now, just to take a hit, which is probably my better play, just to keep Bisharp Lumberry intact. Yeah, he does go for it. It's unfortunate that I don't have the Healing Wish available for Azumarill. But now that Landers is gone, I am fairly free to go for the Play Rough. And that's a dead Keldeo. That's one of the things hurting my team gone. It's walled. It was pretty much walled by it. And I am going to lose Azumarill here. But I can go for the superpower and try to get off as much damage as I can. Which he actually roosts, and it doesn't do a whole lot. I'm kind of in a bad spot right now. Kind of really in a bad spot. I cannot let Scissor set up at all. My best play is fuck Tornadus here and hope he roosts again. And he has D's, which is looking like it's gonna be a good game. I don't have anything for Scissor at all. BP is a kill. I'm just gonna sack Azumarill here because he's obviously going for the bullet punch because he doesn't want to get heat waved. I don't think Megazam takes a hit. Fuck. This thing has way too much attack. Shit. When I made this team, I was not ready for Scissor. Without keeping Jirachi alive. I shouldn't sacked to Tornadus. That was a bad play. I'm just gonna go into Salamander and maybe live one. This is where Intimidate Mints with Fire Blast would have been perfect. Unfortunately, all I have is EQ to hit him with. Hopefully he switches out, and he does. So that's a free kill with Moxie Mints. I think that's a really big misplay on my opponent's behalf. Unless he predicted the Latios. In which case, I am going to go Bisharp right now and expect him to defog to keep Tornadus' health up. He just drops a Draco. So what I am going to do here is I'm actually going to Sword Stance here on his Healing Wish, which I really wasn't expecting, but that puts him in a really bad position because I am Jolly, and I don't know off the top of my head, but he looked like he was a more defensive-based Mega Scissor, so he's not really going to like the Sucker Punch even at full health, which is he possibly outspeeds me, but his Bullet Punch doesn't kill. So what I'm actually going to do is knock here for damage, just to scout, and he U-turns and kills, but his Scissor is in a really bad position right now. I mean, really bad. So here's the hard part. If I go Mints, I kill Tornadus, I get the Moxie boost. But does a +1 Mince Crunch kill a Scissor who is currently at 47. He's going to take a little bit from rocks. I'm actually going to be right back. I'm just going to calc it real fast, and we'll get back to the battle. And we are back, and this isn't looking good at all. Um, I might have to sack Zam to. This is really bad. Actually, I'll go Torn, and I'll risk the speed tie. But I don't. The Hurricane is still stronger, so and he actually misses, and I hit. That was, and I get the confusion. That was really big. Um, that's actually very huge here. I am just gonna go for the HP ice. Okay, so I win the second speed tie. I get confused hacks on the miss. He, he can still possibly win on the heat wave miss if he SDs. Then he'll be bullet punching and he'll kill the rest of my team. But at that range, I calced it. Um, Mince would have to be at +1 in order to do anything to this scissor, and Zam would be fodder. It'd probably take one bullet punch and kill, but um, yeah. So a little bit of unfortunate hacks right there at the end for my opponent, but we do come out on top, 3-0. This team does not like bulky-o, which in this case is just scissor, pretty much. Um, but we are gonna do like one or two more battles because you know, shit, the battle took a little longer, and but I'm not trying to have you guys watching for ages, especially since I'm not the most entertaining battler of all time. And this opponent, C-Man 9090. This team looks scary as fuck. I'm gonna guess that's a Scarf Rotom lead, probably with Trick. He's draft Pharaoh. Tornadus T puts in a lot of work against this man's team. Only thing it can't really touch is the Weavile, but I have a Zoomeril, I have Bisharp, so as long as I keep those guys healthy, Tornadus T puts in work. And then I actually have Mince too. Mince at +1 just sweeps this man's team as soon as Ferrothorn's gone. He has no switch-ins. Even Intimidate, Gyarados, if it's a weekend, it's gone. So the question is, who do I want to send? I do want to go Jirachi first. I did expect the Rotom Wash, and I am going to just go for the Stealth Rocks here. Regardless of what he does, he burns me, that's fine. I don't care at all. Like I said, I don't care about the burn. It's a Stealth Rocker. It's specially defensive. I am curious as to what he switches into. So, expecting the Hydro, I'm just going to Scout and go for the Fire Punch. Just also maybe I can get a burn as well with the Serene Grace hacks. And I am actually just going to keep this thing in 2 more times and Scout with the Fire Punch. Again, he's not going to be doing a whole lot, and I can potentially get a burn on this thing through hacks, which is what I get. I get the burn, and so I'm going to switch out now. I only have one Pokemon that can take the burn, and I not really care, and that is actually Bisharp. But I also don't really see what else it's going to do besides get boosted against Gyarados and obviously threaten the shit out of everything with knockoff. But I do kind of want more damage. I am going to go Zam, and then I'm going to taunt. Um, that does so way too much. But also, Zam doesn't really beat his team at all. I guess I'll just Mega and fire off the Psychic here. Because even if he's especially defensive, which he probably is, you know, that's unfortunate crit. I think I would have lived maybe. But I did just want Rotom at a health range where he can't come back in. And Tornadus has a much easier time blowing through his team. Yeah, Mega Zam didn't do anything, and it hasn't since we started this. But I did need that damage, and I'm gonna go Bisharp here actually, and bait out Garchomp. Oh, he actually was Gengar. That's really interesting. He much carry Focus Blast, and if that is the case, I'm gonna actually go back to Jirachi. And he's sub Gengar. Wow, this man is probably one of those stally Gengar sets. So I'm actually just gonna just lose Jirachi to this one. Trying to figure out um, what I want to do here. I think my best play is actually just a Sumeru Aqua Jet, um, just to break the sub, and we can tank one. Hopefully I don't get poisoned, and we don't. Um, I think he's gonna stay in. Oh, he does not. He goes Pharaoh, which is fine to an extent, because the more damage like anything else on his team takes, the better. I am gonna just superpower here. Get Ferrador down in range to do. Again, that's fine. I'm not really worried about that um, at all, actually. And Bisharp is free to actually set up on Ferrothorn. I'm actually just gonna Sword Stance here, see what he has. He T-Waves. I actually do not care at all. We're just gonna knock off here. And we're going to take a hell of a lot from the Rocky helmet damage, but we are in range to still live. Um, okay, he is more than likely Mega Gyarados. I'm just thinking he doesn't have Substitute. He's going to EQ more than likely. The question is, I can go Mints and start firing off Outrages. I mean, and keep Bisharp in the back. Actually, I don't. I'm free to fire off a Sucker Punch and kill this Gyarados. He probably was going to D-Dance. Or no, he looked like he straight up attacked, so I don't know what he was thinking. And I'm also not scared of Sub Gengar unless he has Focus Blast. So I'm just going to knock off here. And I'm going to continue to knock. Because I really don't have anything to lose. He's probably some weird Destiny Bond crap. Which looks like is what he's doing. He's trying to get me down in guaranteed Destiny Bond range or something. I'm actually just going to go into Mints here and save that Sucker Punch. Perfect plays. And it sucks that I just did that. But I can... Do I want to crunch, keep Mints alive? That was probably a bad play on my behalf. I probably should have sacked... Bisharp. But Mints was going to come in and take 50 anyways. And his Weavile pretty much wins. I'm fairly certain his Weavile just straight up wins. Unless he doesn't have Ice Shard. Which I don't see why he wouldn't have Ice Shard. It's the optimal move. And it definitely kills Salamence. So, yeah, I was going to say, there's no reason not to. The only thing we have for this Weavile is Bisharp. He has low kick. But I'm pretty sure I'm free to Sucker here. Yeah, that kills. All I can really hope now is that Torn can magically live an Ice Shard, which it doesn't. At all. And I'm actually outspeed, and he Ice Punches, and he wins. That was a good game. I played that really bad with the Jirachi sacrifice. But then again, this Weavile pretty much counters his whole team looking at it. Actually, with Azumarill dead. I should have saw that earlier and not sacked Azumarill to Gengar like that. So it was a really bad play on the switch out with the Gengar versus the Bisharp. But, I mean, that's not bad. 2-1. And I kind of want to do another battle, but I kind of don't. I made some plans with some friends, so yeah. But I tell you what, I will post some random gameplay throughout the week. Probably using this same team. I actually kind of like this team. I don't like how it's weak to Weavile, but then again, Weavile's like, it's not super common. And if I change up Jirachi's set, I can actually play around Weavile with like Scarfrachi, and then I'll just make it a DD Intimidate Mints or possibly even changements to another more viable dragon. I mean, there's stuff to do. Like I said, I went to run D Knight, but this team has no hazard removal, so only way D Knight could be used is if I led with D Knight. Like a weakness policy, D Dance D Knight lead with mixed with like Ice Beam, Dragon Claw, E Speed, and Iron Head. Or actually, that doesn't make any sense because I said D Dance. So actually, um, a mix set, a D Dance mix set, and I probably don't need E Speed because looking at the only Pokemon who have priority that affect it are pretty much just Bisharp and Weavile. So maybe I do need E Speed. We'll see. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. But yeah. Thanks for watching. If you look forward to the series, just keep dropping likes on that like button and subscribe for more. Really, that's all I have for you. But till next time, see you.